Oh, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. A fabulous show of vivid colour and vocal cords. The new look Camp Nou at its best. Well, we're on the way.
Well, this 4-4-2 formation is often used in the modern era defensively. But it used to be the gold standard of formations a generation or so ago, Peter. And it does allow the fullbacks to play a key role in attack.
Yeah, they offer most of the width, don't they?
Exactly. You want them to be high up the pitch so they can get themselves into the final third whenever possible. This will, of course, ask an awful lot of the centre halves and the central midfielders who need to drop into position and cover the spaces.
Now it's Lopez. Bouts of passing here, really easy on the eye. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Well, the contribution from this guy, Fermin Lopez, will be key again. He's got the perfect fusion of energy and good vision. So he's going to be busy skittling around the field, both on and off the ball, looking for any space he can exploit. His game is full of devilment. He's a mischief maker.
I'm thinking the same. He will be a central feature, no doubt. And it's Del Piero. Now it's Rodrigo. Now that looks a decent ball. And this is Del Piero. He's picked... There's the shot! Goal! Japan! 500 goals! 500 goals! Stop everything and remember where you were. He does it all with an air of efficiency and simplicity.
Well, he always had the measure of the keeper there. Such confidence and composure.
Boss, oh, he's been caught on it here. That'll be a corner.
Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
He's going for goal! It's loose and there's a race for the ball. This looks promising. Can he finish? And the ball's come loose here. Eto.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
That ball looks a good one. Oh, important interception. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
And this is Romario. Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. And this is Messi. Surely! And that's in. Barcelona are back in business. Truly superb. A goal of such supreme quality, composure and class.
Yeah, great movement and great use of space to get on the end of the pass, and that pretty much did it.
It's starting to look very interesting, this.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Just about midway through the first half, and it has been an engaging watch. Rodri. Now it's Rodrigo. Rodrigo. And he's picked out the run. Nedved picks it up out wide. That's a lovely, neat pass. Now that's well seen too. And it's Del Piero. Crunching tackle. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Now it's Messi. Dixon. Rodri. And it's Lopez. And here's Eto'o. Forced to go back. Can he finish?
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Del Piero does have his name on the score sheet, of course. Rodri. Now it's Nedved. Now it's Rodrigo. He's a sharp little ball here. Del Piero. And he shoots! Wonderful from Del Piero! Beautiful, just beautiful. The joy of the moment.
That was magnificent. The way he caught it so perfectly, I think he's even managed to surprise himself, Peter.
Japan leading now. And here's Pedri. Oh, really cute. What a lovely series of passes. Tries a shot! And there's a goal! They're level in a trice!
Yeah, since going a goal down, they've dug in to produce a really fine spell, which for me deserved that equaliser.
That is so good, such sharp skills, and such a delicious finish.
Oh, what a finish. I mean, an instinctive finish at that, and he probably didn't even have time to think about it too much.
It is compelling, this, utterly compelling.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect.
The whistle's gone, and that's it for the first half. Japan are involved in a terrific contest here. It's been a slugfest and a half. And neither side holding back here. It has been quite a half, this.
Well, it's been played at such a frenetic pace. I'm amazed it's only been 45 minutes. I'm wondering whether these players are going to be able to maintain that energy.
Well, it has been a high-octane first half, full of action, both sides with 2 goals going in at half-time. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half. Rijkaard. Howson. Nedved. Howson is the team's great visionary. Rodrigo. He is through here. Del Piero. Nice control. And this is Nedved. Chance! Japan have their second corner now. Nedved plays it short. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Howson. O'Shea did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. Barcelona appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
Looking to play him in. And this is Messi. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal.
La asistencia a este partido.
60 minutes played. Zanetti gets over and intercepts. Romario currently being consciously targeted.
Yeah, and if they're going to try and stop him in this fashion, Peter, they're going to really test the referee's patience from here.
Thuram cuts out the pass. Messi. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Rodrigo, he has found the way through. Oh, shooting chance! Oh, no shortage of confidence there.
Rodrigo can really show some outlandish skills, which is always welcome and obviously refreshing.
Well, that has not gone well. And it's Messi. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking.
Well, Peter, he's looking particularly sharp.
And certainly on the hunt for his personal treble.
Yeah, and I certainly wouldn't go against that, although he may keep an eye on the bench for fear of being taken off.
Nedved. O'Shea is one of those players who's known for reading the game better than anyone. And he's chosen to go back.
He's got no choice here. He had to go backwards.
Now it's Rodrigo. Oh, good read. Looking for the run. Now there's a fine ball. Zanetti. Oh, they can break here. Just a quarter of an hour to play. Now it's Lopez. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Now it's Rodrigo. Referee's had a good look and given a corner.
Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona.
Corner number 3 coming up.
El dorsal 19, Messi. El dorsal 18, el dorsal 8. Serán sustituidos por el dorsal 20, el dorsal 10.
And he's taking no chances there.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
Eto'o. And here's Bale. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. A game with so much to recommend it. Fabulous contest, but still no clear winner.
Listen, the fans haven't given up on this by any means. They still believe it can be won.
Looking for options for movement.
They're avoiding the blatantly obvious by not getting the ball into the opposition box. That's where it has to be.
Azar pinches it off him.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
And it's O'Shea. And this is Eto'o.
Habrá un minuto de descuento.
So just one extra minute for stoppages. And they're quick to get it back. Now it's Hazard. Hazard, this is promising. And he lines up a towering header. Oh, wow, that's crazy! A game of margins, a game of thrills. This might just do it. And time is up. Japan have emerged victorious in this match of thrills. The odd goal ultimately proving the difference. Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now.
Against Italy.
Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. There's the whistle, and here we go. Giorgio Chiellini, Jim. Now there is a defender who loves to defend.
Yeah, and he's a very capable one too. I mean, this guy is all about courage, physicality, athleticism, about as hard as they come. Although I personally like to see him paired up with some ball-playing defenders. His distribution is decent, but you want him to focus on the main task, which is defending, and that...
Guti! Now, what about a counter-attack? This is Owen. And Owen! A collective sigh of relief from the defence. Rijkaard. This is Pele, clipped into space.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
There will be a throw-in. And it's Belletti. Conte. And he's got the beating of his man. Can he finish? Goal, Italy! That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
Well, from the moment he got involved, he looked as if he'd go all the way. Terrific.
For Italy, after 11 minutes, is number 18, Neymar.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Now it's Romario. Nedved. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Now it's Neymar. Now he's running. Neymar! And there's a goal! They're level in a trice!
Yeah, they say that fortune favours the brave, and we've just seen an example. This team has real personality and character.
The invitation was clear, and it was accepted with the utmost glee.
Such a smart finish, and the setup was very good too, but defensively, they didn't cover themselves in glory here.
So they have it all to do again.
Well, I think the players will be buoyed by the fact that they've managed to level things in a hurry. Tails most definitely up now.
And it's Del Piero. Well-timed, excellent interception. Quarter of an hour played. Now it's Owen. Owen! Still very early doors, but it is a closely contested affair. Dixon. Quality ball. Now it's Romario. Neymar. Neymar going face-to-face with his great rival. And he's there to retrieve it. Del Piero is someone with real dynamite in his boots. Oh, that was vital. Belletti.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
And this is Pele. Howson. Dixon. And it's Lopez. Now it's Nedved. Now it's Romario. And no, that was never going to make it.
Well, it's not the best when it comes to decision-making. OK, initially he probably was afforded the space to hold on to.
And the finish! Goal! Japan! And the comeback is complete! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Japan are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Well, they've done the hard part now, Peter. Can they cling on, or...
Could be danger here! Chance! It's in! A quite incredible spell. They are flying. As simple as you like, the outcome utterly inevitable.
Yeah, it's simply tragic defending when a renowned finisher is ignored. It's how he built his reputation.
Japan now in a position far more desirable.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down. But they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. And it's Neymar. Neymar running with the ball. Threads one in. That is a brilliant interception. Japan have scored 2 quick goals here and are firmly in control at 3-1. Rodri. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. And here's Romario. Nicked it back promptly. Tries from a long way out.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Del Piero. Neymar. And we've reached half-time.
Well, Peter, I think the score is a fair reflection of what we've witnessed so far, and that being good movement in both midfield and indeed up front. If those players, I think, can carry on where they left off after the break, they should impose themselves even more, and probably only one result coming here.
Oh, we've been blessed with a goal-laden first half. 3-1 is the half-time score. So, into the second half. The less said about that pass, the better. That'll be a throw-in. Here's a man who his teammates can look to in all times. Rodri. Now it's Romario. Pass somewhat off target. Conte. That has been cut short. Dixon. Oh, that's fabulous. Big chance! And he hits the net. Just as they wanted it. Just when they wanted it. Minimal lapse, maximum punishment. How that hurts.
Oh, how can they be so careless, Peter? It's too casual. They were never going to get away with that kind of sloppiness.
A shift in momentum, perhaps.
The manager must have given them an earful at half-time, and fair play, because it seems to have worked. They've got to kick on from here now.
And here's Lopez. Chiellini deals with that comfortably. And here's the chance to counter. And this is Owen. Pelé. And he's lost his man here. And he shoots! And that's a tidy finish. What remarkable powers of recovery.
Yeah, and it's very much deserved in the circumstances. In these games, it's so tempting to maybe get a little sorry for yourselves, but there's none of that.
And that will surely go down as one of the easiest goals he could ever score.
Yeah, it's mystifying that a player of his talent wasn't picked up sooner, and he picked them off instead.
Well, what a game we have on our hands here.
I think there's been a greater menace to everything they've been doing during this spell, one that they hope will continue.
And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And the return pass. Italy appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
Now it's Owen. Guti. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Fermin Never out of the action for very long.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
And it's Nedved. And here's Neymar. Bout of passing here, really easy on the eye. That's going to go a long way. Messi. And now the breakaway. And he's intervened well there. Rodri. Ball played for Del Piero. Nedved looking to add to his goal. Fermin. Shot could be on. Tries a shot! That's a lovely, neat pass. Dixon. And it's Nedved. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Oh, well played.
Japan clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game.
Now it's Pelé. Can he finish? Oh, and that is really good tenacity.
Substitution for Japan.
Italy with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. And now they can spring out of defence.
Number 15.
Now it's Kukçu. This looks promising.
Number 22.
Looking for options for movement.
Coming on the field. Number 11. Perez.
Endrick.
Number 18. Hazard.
Well seen. Saw that
Number
coming.
23.
That was well played, well
Mbappe.
stopped.
If we're going to get a winner, it's got to come now.
Number 17. Kukçu.
And here's Mbappe.
Substitutions taking place.
Mbappe will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Endrick, always looking for that half a chance. Now it's Pelé. Passes short and sharp. He has a look up. And a chance! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Desperate defending required here.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Cannavaro cuts it out. Rijkaard promptly onto that, and that is that. Havertz. Azar. And here's Kukçu. Knocks it into space. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Oh, that is asking for trouble. Perez. That's that, the end. Magic. What a magical football match. And genuine respect all round. Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. So it's away we go then. Now here is a true legend of the game. In fact, some still say, Jim, that he's the greatest number one there's ever been.
The mighty Gianluigi Buffon.
Oh, shooting chance! Goal!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
A momentary lapse, mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Well, a little more decisiveness on the ball, and that probably wouldn't have happened, but still, it was very well played. Great pressure to force the error.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. And it's Del Piero. Hazard. Lovely bit of skill. Oh, well cut out, no margin for error there at all. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
And here's Ronaldinho. Always goal side. And the shot! Well, now it's a race for the ball.
Can't be expected to deliver anything better than that. This is heroic keeping.
So just a one early goal to report so far. And the score is 1-0. Deco. Varane producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness. Aimed beyond the defence. Zanetti. Romario. It's a pretty loose pass. Well, we expected better, and so did he. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
And this is Cruyff. Not the most accurate pass. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Nedved. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Dembele. And here's Vitinha. Thuram. Oh, nice touch. Cross to the back post. Takes a shot! Howson clears. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Dembele. Can he get on the end of this? Has to go back here. It's Dembele! That's really well cleared. Del Piero has an approach to the game which is pretty much shoot on sight. And here's Dembele. Deco. It's loose now and they want to get it back. And it's Bergomi. Passing is crisp and sharp. Oh, he's having a go! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Hazard. Rodri. Hazard. That is good progress on the left. And this is Romario. Nedved. Cute ball now. How can he reach it? That has ended up in no man's land. Nedved looking to add to his goal.
Barcelona definitely have the look of a team that likes to counter-attack, Peter.
Yeah, that is clear. Just look at how they line up.
Well, in other words, they don't mind being patient.
That's good play. Vitinha puts them all in. Now it's Romario. Nedved. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And a chance! And he has kept it out somehow.
Cruyff actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Zanetti. Now it's Cruyff. Well read, nice interception. Azar. And it's Nedved. And this is Del Piero. Deco. Glorious! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. They have done it. They have their equaliser.
Well, I always thought they had it in them, Peter. They upped the
And that is all they have time for. Nothing to separate the two teams at half-time. They've both given it a really good go, and they head into the break all square. So, nothing in it, Jim. What do you think?
Well, it's been an intriguing watch. A really nice contrast of styles that seem to suit both teams pretty well. Who's ultimately going to win it? It's anyone's guess still.
Well, they've gone toe-to-toe for those 45 minutes, and at half-time the score is 1-1.
Recordamos a nuestros espectadores que hay plazas disponibles para alquilar en el aparcamiento del estadio. Cambio de jugadores.
And so we're off again.
El dorsal 4, Ronaldinho, será sustituido por...
Likes a looking ball, that. Now it's Del Piero, and he's managed to get free. Now it's Mbappe. Now it's Azar. Perez. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Japan come out of the tunnel having undergone a change at half-time.
Well, we're certainly going to see a change in personnel. We'll see if the system changes with it. A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Well timed, excellent interception. Oh, he's bustling through here, and the shot! Goal! Japan! Into the lead once more. And that really is so impressive.
Oh, that's wonderful to see. The run was explosive, the finish exquisite.
And in a trice, the substitute has scored already.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Cherki finding himself in space. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Mbappe. And it's Perez. Nedved can so cleverly bypass the press. And this is Azar. Oh, that is asking for trouble.
Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona.
So here comes the substitution.
El dorsal 11, el dorsal 14, Deco. Serán sustituidos por el dorsal 8, el dorsal 20, el dorsal 13, Roberto Carlos.
Thuram proves just a little bit too strong. Cherki! It's a goal! What remarkable powers of recovery!
Yeah, and it's very much deserved in the circumstances. In these games, it's so tempting to maybe get a little sorry for yourselves, but there's none of that.
You give him an inch and he'll take a mile. Such immaculate precision.
The keeper might have been a little unsighted. He seemed awfully late in reacting to that.
So again, we have parity.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Mbappe touches it back. He's having a hit! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona.
All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
Se va a realizar un cambio de jugadores.
Rijkaard tries to clear. And now a sudden chance to counter. That has been cut short. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Japan, perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. Roberto Carlos. The ball has bounced loose now. Oh, that's a key interception. Dixon.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
That's very neat. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Pele. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Now it's Pele. Neatly clipped into space. Decent chance! Superb from Jackie! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! And the comeback is complete!
Yeah, the keeper was thinking about his angles, and Loft just took him out of the equation. Elementary.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
I just think this has been a lesson in character, togetherness and composure. I think most teams would have crumbled by now, but this refusal to give up is brilliant.
And here's Lopez.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
Jackie. Oh, sweet feet. Rodri. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Chance!
Habrá 3 minutos de descuento.
Elects to cross. Easy enough for the goalkeeper. And the number on the board is 3. And here's Del Piero. Oh, that's neat. Perez. Oh, that's fabulous. And this is Nedved. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Well, what a game. Unpredictable to the very end. Momentum shift. So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion.
everybody,
The game
and
yet to
welcome
kick
to
off.
today's
The
match.
excitement already
Japan
palpable.
Against Inter.
Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. So it's down to business here.
Well, we're in the presence of a true great of Italian football.
You're talking Bergami?
Yeah, he can perform anywhere across the back four, and thanks to his discipline, he makes it all look seamless. Incredibly dogged and determined.
Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. And here's Ibrahimovic. Firmino does well to get it back. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Now it's Mbappe. Del Piero. That is ended up in no man's land. Nedved. Lopez. Oh, that's a fine interception. Vieira. Messi. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Rodri. And here's Del Piero. That's an excellent interception.
Well, a few of his teammates are quite furious with him as they felt they were within reach, but he made nothing of it. His boss doesn't look too amused either.
And he was there to get a vital touch.
Nedved clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper. They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
Del Piero! No, just not quite.
That is a really good chance missed, Peter. Certainly the way he's been playing.
So it is still 0-0. And it's Perez. Ernest is a player who barely needs an invitation to shoot. Ernest knocks it into space. Can he finish? Firmino. That has not gone well. Quality ball. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Vieira. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. It's Cristiano Ronaldo! Cristiano Ronaldo! The glamour and the glory! He's got himself an absolute peach. And Inter go in front. Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
It's beautiful poise. I mean, most players in that position, I think, would probably fluff that, but not this fella.
Inter Milan have taken the lead.
Well, I guess this ought to make things interesting, Peter. No doubt the opposition will now be forced to play a more open and riskier game.
Del Piero stood up well to him there. Messi running with the ball. Vieira.
Japan really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
Del Piero.
Inter are totally dominant in the middle of the park, a no-way through zone.
This is a promising build-up. Dixon. And it's Lopez. Now it's Del Piero. Del Piero! Oh, that was wicked, a truly wicked effort.
Oh, it looked like he tried to give it some extra whip.
Zanetti. And it's Nedved. And he's had it nicked away. Messi. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Messi, a player who needs no introduction. Great defending, strong and determined.
Japan truly have no need to panic. They can reassess at half-time.
Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. It's a pretty loose pass. Messi could move up a gear here. And here's Ibrahimovic. And it's Ibrahimovic. Hernes. Good read, needed to be. Bellingham is fouled. Hernes.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Perez. The whistle's gone, and that's it for the first half. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here. Japan finding themselves behind by just one goal at the break.
It's been a pretty tepid display. They'll want to use this break wisely to regroup and come out with some fresh initiatives. This is a
chance! And he's stuck it away! Two to the good, and they are purring, absolutely purring.
Well, I don't want to be overly harsh on the defensive side of things here, Peter, but the build-up was so slick and executed with such quality, it made life just that bit too difficult for them.
So that's two now without reply.
Well, it's a great time for them to keep the momentum going. I don't see any need to change the approach. Keep at it with the same intensity, and soon enough, they'll get another break.
He's got away. He leaps for it. Firm header, just off target.
That's a really decent chance.
Nedved. Now it's Mbappe. Mbappe will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. And Dixon. Rodri turns back here, probably the best option.
There's no doubt it's a long way back, but they can at least give us something to believe the gap might be closed.
Perez. Now it's Mbappe. Searching pass he's played there. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
It's Cristiano Ronaldo! And that was probably asking just too much. Thuram. That is good progress on the left. Vieira. Oh, that's a key interception. And it's Del Piero. Rodri. And here's Perez. Oh, good read. Ibrahimovic.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
No way through there. Hernes. That's a sharp pass. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. The ball has bounced loose now. Dixon. Mbappe.
This is the time you need that pace.
Vieira. That's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
And it's Lopez. Rodri. That's a foul, no two ways about it. And he's going to have his name taken.
Well, what goes through a player's head at times like that is a mystery to me.
Substitution for Japan. Number 23.
So changes afoot here, and from both sides.
Number 7, Fermin.
Japan do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way.
Number 22, Nedved. Coming on the field, number 15, Romario. Number
Mbappe,
4,
and there's his chance to lead the counter.
Number 18, Hazard.
Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Nicely weighted ball. He steps in, and that's the end of that. Oh, that's a foul, and the whistle's gone. Now, this is a potential flashpoint, and the referee has his hands full. So what can they conjure from this one? A real chance then to ease this unpleasant predicament. Denied by a great piece of goalkeeping.
Oh, for the keeper to get down to that was top class, but to actually stop himself from spilling it was exceptional. That's great goalkeeping.
Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Looking for the run. It's a threatening, real chance! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Pele, now it's Mbappe. Now it's Pele. It's a really well-measured ball. Challenge just a bit on the firm side.
Well, they can at least make a fight of it. Even if it's just a goal, the lift it would give would be huge no matter what the end result is.
Lee Kang-in looking to pass their way up the pitch. He shifted it to the flank. He has found the way through. Oh, well cut out, no margin for error there at all.
Japan truly seem to be at loggerheads in trying to sort this out. Is it the passing or the movement that's the problem? I think both.
Now it's Rafael Leao. Now it's Mbappe. Well timed, excellent interception. Kukçu. And he plays one through. Just eases him off the ball. That's been drilled forward. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Now it's Mbappe. Pass somewhat off target.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Pele. In towards the back stick. Oh, important interception. And there goes the final whistle. Well, here is a defeat that may hit them hard, and you can sense that all around us. Oh, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion.
Against Japan.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. So it's away we go then. The Netherlands have gone 4-3-3. Jim, how do you interpret that?
Yes, and the importance of this formation is not to allow the midfield three and the attacking three to become too detached from one another. If that happens, then pressure can quickly be applied via the counter-attack, and you can be exposed defensively. So compactness can't be compromised, and you need talkers in this team. You need leaders and people that are willing to organise things very quickly.
Howson totally focused today, as always, as he has been throughout the 499. And a chance! Oh, it's fallen kindly here. He's scored!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, you might think I'm being a bit harsh, Peter, but I just can't help the feeling that the keeper should have done a better job. Full stop.
The Netherlands are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. Van Basten. Bruno Fernandes is onto this. Howson. That's good pressing, squeezing the play. So just the one early goal to report so far. 1-0 the score. Here's Nedved. Rodri. And it's Azar. Bruno Fernandes did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. Zanetti. Japan already with the upper hand and looking to turn it into something close to dominance. Rodri. Vieira. Now it's Van Basten. Now it's Azar. Azar gets on his bike and on the move. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Looking to play him in, and he's worked it through. He's picked his way through. Rijkaard deals with that comfortably. Now it's Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Zanetti. Rodri. Hazard is sharing after that one. De Jong carries the ball down the right. Azar. Nedved. Oh, it's Van Basten. And here's Bruno Fernandes. Lovely pass, but can he get there?
Well, it's not the best when it comes to decision-making. OK, initially he probably was afforded the space to hold on to it, but the longer he did that, the more he was going to be swamped.
Del Piero showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. And it's Nedved. That's good running with the ball. Nedved! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Nedved is offering a wry smile there. All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
The Netherlands have the chance to go the other way. And this is Hazard. Oh, no joy this time. Dixon.
Japan really should be happy to let this half run out now and go again second.
No way through there. Now it's Van Basten. Now it's Bruno Fernandes. Oh, easy pickings there. Nicely weighted ball. Azar plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. And he was quick to react. Well, that was a period of possession which carried just about no threat at all. Fermin.
There will be 1 minute added time.
And it's Azar. Great vision. And he's great chance! It's loose now and they want to get it back. That's the end of the first 45. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff. How's the first half compared with your expectation?
Well, this is when you need your players to step up, Peter, be brave, see all that courage. They need to have a big start to the second half to give them some momentum, and they're not going to get that if they're being too risk-averse.
Japan are in a pretty decent position after 45 minutes. 1-0 to the good. And so the action is resumed.
Japan definitely want to carry on in a similar manner, although I would exercise some caution, Peter. You wouldn't want to leave yourself open in the early minutes trying to kill this off.
Del Piero. Now it's Nedved. Oh, that is asking for... And Del Piero! De Jong.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Fermin, never out of the action for very long. Maldini. Azar, spread out to the left. He's found a way through. Azar getting forward. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. There's a look and place it forward. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively. Van Basten really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Hazard. Oh, lovely feed. He is such a good mover. Just eases him off the ball.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
That ball looks a good one. And he's in on, takes a shot! And no mistake. They have grabbed themselves an equaliser.
Well, I always thought they had it in them, Peter. They upped the quality as needed, and once they got going, they were awfully hard to stop.
One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
The Netherlands are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
Substitution for Netherlands, number 5.
Well, the two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time.
Van Basten.
So they have it all to do again.
Number 7.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Japan, perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. Now it's Lee Kang-in. He's shifting through the gears here. He'll try from distance. And he has kept it out somehow.
Nedved really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Japan have their second corner now. Oh, this looks sharp. The Netherlands are looking to go forward now. Howson is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. Nedved. Lee Kang-in. This is a promising build-up. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Well, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Well, we've seen that early, used a certain sixth sense. Messi. And he cuts out the supply. Now it's Romario. Passing is crisp and sharp. Rodri. Azar. And it's Azar. Thuram produces the perfect tackle there. Half an hour gone in the second half. Now it's Del Piero. Now it's Azar. Nedved. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Lee Kang-in. Now he's running away. Chance! Goal! Japan! And again they hit the front. Simplicity itself.
Such a smart finish, and the setup was very good too, but defensively, they didn't cover themselves in glory here.
Substitution for Netherlands, number 6.
So we have movement on both benches.
Number
Japan
19,
leading now.
You have to credit the desire we've just seen here, Peter. The desire to stick to your task and keep on chipping away. Some might have backed off, but not this lot. This is very impressive. Japan surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
Perez. That's Lee Kang-in. That is a great pick out. Defending in numbers, sharp and uncompromising. Rijkaard can clear it away. Now it's Messi.
The Netherlands really can only do one thing now, Peter. Get the ball up front, make sure it sticks, and sustain some pressure.
Oh, that's fabulous. Shapes to shoot! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Lovely bit of skill. Now it's Kukçu. Oh, good effort! No, not the best of headers. Can he get on the end of this? Oh, Rodrigo! And that's a sharp finish. And that should do it. Within sight of the finish line. That is lovely, finished with amazing expertise.
Well, it's one of those, Peter, when you've got to take your hat off and just say, too good.
So is that the decisive goal? Not much in the way of time remaining.
Well, I think if they're going to have any hope from here, they'll need to see their more experienced lads step up to the plate now.
Oh, important interception. Azar. Now it's Romario. And now the breakaway. He is through here.
Such good technique.
And the shot! And with that, the end. What a satisfying performance. A performance at times of determination